We're talking about what he's playing while he's singing, actually. It's so fast and it has so much energy in it, and I love it. It's not that hard. So let's dig into it with Johnny B. Goode, the chords, as I might say. We start with the B flat. 6th fret on the E string with the index, and the ring finger goes to the 8th fret on the A string, so the 2 lowest strings you got here. And you play 4 times down, but after you play it 2 times down, you put your pinky into the 10th fret on the A string. And then up again. And this is the whole thing, actually, for the first chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. So everything played with downstrokes again. When you play the riff, the energy of the song suits best with downstroke. On the 3rd downstroke of the pattern, the pinky goes down into the 10th fret, and on the other hits you have just the power chord. After you did that 8 times, the whole thing, you go just 1 string into that direction, index in the 6th fret of the A string, ring finger in the 8th fret of the D string, and you do the same thing with the pinky. You go to the 10th fret of the D string. After you did that 4 times, you go back to, this was an E flat chord, and then you go back to the B flat, and then you go 2 frets up and 1 string pair down again, 8th fret A string, the index, and 10th fret D string. The pinky then goes to the 12th fret of the D string when it's ready. This is the F chord. For 4 times again, and then we go back to the B flat. Just make sure you know where to go. B flat, E flat, back to B flat. Then F and B flat. Okay, 8 times B flat. After you did that whole blues chorus part, we go to this very cool lick. We slide with our middle and our index finger from the 9th and 8th fret on the G and B string to the 10th and 9th fret. Take a look, 9, 8, and then you slide into 10 and 9th fret. You hit the strings 4 times, and then for the 5th time, you bring down your ring finger in the 11th fret on the B string, while the middle finger is still in the 10th fret of the G string. Go, Johnny, go, go. Before Johnny B. Goode comes, you play index finger, 8th fret, G and B string. Johnny B. Goode. And then, after we played that 2 times, the whole thing, verse with our pretty cool chorus lick here, when you did the whole thing 2 times, we get into kind of like the bridge or solo part where it's like, you get the idea? This is pretty fun and pretty fast. So we start again like we did in the very opening lick, with a slide from the 6th to the 7th fret on the G string with the middle finger, and then 6, 8 on the B string. And then 5 times on the B and E string, and you start out with a slide from the 5th to the 6th string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we got a pretty cool lick. 8th fret on the G and B string with the ring and pinky. And the index waits in the 6th fret. And the middle finger plays a hammer-on to the 7th fret on the G string. And then the ring finger goes to the 8th fret on the D string. When you did that once, you only do again without the pickup line. Okay? And then we only have only the double stop here on the 6th fret. You can slide into it if you want to. And then 8, 6. The same thing, but just without any, just. And then I have a nice little lick. I like to play that. Chuck Berry plays everything a little bit different every time he plays it. I like to play it like this there. Pinky in the 9th fret on the E string, and the ring finger goes to the 8th fret on the B string, and I do a bending up with the B string, with the ring finger. That way I create a pretty nice chord there. After that, you go kind of like into solo lines. You can play the G minor pentatonic. Or the B minor pentatonic. Can mix it with a blue note there. It's all about not fancy licks, like playing shredded stuff or something like this. Just play easy things. I mean, he plays stuff like... He kind of like repeats what we did in the very opening intro riff, like those bendings here. So have a lot of fun with this.